celebrating 55 years.
The time by Sagicor is
7 o'clock.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, mother of murder-suicide victim reacts to her daughter's demise. Family and friends of missing St. Andrew man seek help finding him. Water disruption scheduled for sections of the country amidst dry spell. In Inspire Jamaica, more from our student authors, while in sports, Wayne Pinnock emphasizes loyalty doesn't pay the bills. Hello from Kingston, Jamaica. This is CVM News at 7 for Sunday, July 2025. I'm Curlin Brown. Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, says he's working assiduously to fix blockages and drainage issues identified across Kingston and St. Andrew. Here's more from Kevin Black.
Over the last 2 days, I have gone around 10 divisions to look at the critical drain.
Blockages are infamous for their propensity to cause flooding, contamination, and other issues that require costly repairs once the damage has been done. Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, recently completed a 2-day tour of 10 Kingston and St. Andrew divisions to assess the condition of blocked gullies and drains. During his visit, he emphasized the urgency of addressing the issue and announced that work to clean the gullies will commence very soon, aiming to improve drainage and prevent flooding in the affected areas.
So we have looked at them. The city engineering department has made some recommendation that these are the drains that they believe that are needs to be cleaned. And normally at the KCMC, we clean these drains first. Quite a number of them are in a deplorable condition, and it's something that needs to be cleaned right away. Some of them, I believe, can be solved with the whole issue of the garbage collection.
Mayor Swaby placed emphasis on the health concerns which oftentimes arise from the blockages. He says the governmental support is what will ensure these concerns are rectified.
For example, at the Duhaney River, that work, I would say that it's normally done by the NWA. I think in one case it was done by the cases some years ago, but it's with the support of the Ministry of Local Government, because you need to dredge that at the river to make sure that the water doesn't rise up in the community.
Swaby says he will be cleaning the hotspots in short order.
Some of the main hotspots is New Haven, and directly there you have the Duhaney River that deals with that one. We talk about Harborview in terms of Wiki Waki, and we have gone up to Wees Road. City Engineer Department will be making contact with the councillors, and they should be starting within less than a week.
Swaby is adamant that the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, with support from other entities, will effectively reduce the occurrence of blocked drainages. Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
And amid the forecast of extended dry spell period, the National Water Commission, the NWC, has issued a temporary suspension of water supply to some sections of St. James and Trelawney, which started from 5 today, Sunday, and will continue to noon on Monday, July 21, in order to facilitate emergency repair to a section of the 20-inch Martha Brae to Montego Bay pipeline. And so in Trelawney, the areas are Salt Marsh, Outram, Green Park, Shawfield, Wilshire, Bounty Hall, Scarlet Hall, Flamingo Breach, while in St. James, Greenwood, Rhine Park, Barrett Town, Barrett Hall, Lilliput, Coral Gardens, Iron Shore, Rose Hall, Palmyra, Flower Hill, Spring Farm, White House, Providence, Flankers, and so the NWC says it regrets any inconvenience this may cause and urges customers to store water for use during the down period. Meanwhile, in Kingston and St. Andrew, several communities are set to face disruption in their water supply from July to October. Almond Town, Denham Town, Downtown Kingston, Mountain View, Rockfort, Rollington Town, Rosetown, Tivoli Gardens, Winwood Road, Woodford Park, Franklin Town, Jonestown, Marcus Garvey Drive, New Kingston, Swallowfield, Trenchtown, Vineyard Town, Lady Musgrave Road, Spanish Town Road, Old Hope Road, Fairway Avenue, Worthington Avenue, South Camp Road, Arthur Wint Drive, and Norman Gardens. Of course, a reminder once again, store some water. Tears flow freely as loved ones recount their final interactions with 31-year-old Andrew Hilton, who disappeared on Wednesday after dropping off his 8-month-old baby at her sitters. Since then, no contact, no signs of him, and no idea where he could be, having allegedly missed work that same day. Let's get more from Nika Lewis.
Andrew Hilton worked for the separate group of companies in Kingston until his disappearance. On Wednesday morning, he kissed his wife of 2 years and asked her to retrieve their baby from the sitter in the evening. He then went to drop off his youngest at the babysitter's before taking a taxi for work.
The babysitter confirmed, say, he left, say he was running late. And that was it.
His brother said they spoke via WhatsApp the Tuesday and there was no indication of fear or detachment from life. His wife agrees and says she last heard from him Wednesday morning after he dropped off their baby.
I tell him I reach work and I tell me say anyway for go like him not too long drop off a baby, him anyway for go work. That particular day at work was really hectic for me and busy, so I never get to do like normal calls throughout the day and so. I never hear from him and me never get to call him either. So when work over now, I go for the baby. Kind of tell me already to collect the baby. So I go for the baby and when I come home now, after 6, I call him, tell him to pick up the baby and I not get him.
She held hope that he might have gone out with friends and left the gate open well into the late morning to find he'd not come home. Their children grow anxious now as hours turn to days, and a cloud of fear and doom now hangs over this family and those who knew and worked with Andrew.
Everybody is upset, everybody is depressed, everybody is wondering what's happening. We don't know. It's not like him to just disappear without any... Yeah, it's just not like him to just disappear.
Anyone with information is being asked to contact the nearest police station or Police 119 or his family at 876-810-0476. Nika Lewis, CVM News.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness says he is working on initiatives which will prove to be favourable for the parish of Westmoreland. More from Kevin Black.
And there is a sense that Westmoreland has so much potential and so many opportunities, but somehow we have not fulfilled them.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has declared that the Jamaica Labour Party JLP intends to use a multifaceted approach to support Westmoreland. Speaking at the Jamaica Labour Party JLP fundraising banquet Saturday, Prime Minister Holness expressed confidence that Westmoreland's inhabitants will be putting their X beside the bell in the upcoming elections.
And why are you spending so much time in Westmoreland? If you have to go to Westmoreland, take a helicopter and fly over it. Because Westmoreland is not going to vote. And when I campaigned here, I really did get the sense that there were many diehard supporters of the opposing party, but they were all very frustrated that their politics and their support for their political party had not delivered.
The Prime Minister also highlighted that Westmoreland was in dire need of assistance in light of the prior neglect by the opposition People's National Party.
So we know what the people want, we know they are frustrated, and they are very fed up with their politics. But for us to be able to immediately address their needs, we needed to have an economy that can support the delivery of the infrastructure, the healthcare, the education system, the public transportation, the garbage collection, the sewage, all the things that you need. And so the first 5 years of my administration was heavily focused on fixing the economy.
Mr. Holness emphasized that no investments can be made in a parish filled with insecurity. He attributed this sentiment to the high level of crime that persisted in Westmoreland over the years.
Well, I remember there was almost a massacre of a family, an internecine family feud, where in one night several persons were murdered. The Westmoreland of today is far different and much better than the Westmoreland of 9 years ago, certainly as it relates to security.
Kevin Black reporting for CVM News.
And we'll have more CVM News at 7 for you right after this.
Lyrically gifted and unapologetic about his craft, this artist beautifully fuses his influence from rap, hip-hop, reggae, and all things in between. This is Kabaka Pyramid.
My hip-hop name was Ronnie P. Clarks, you know. I don't know what the P
now stand for pyramid.
Yeah.
Hey!
When we discover auto-tune, my word, what a savior. Auto-tune make me turn an artist, you know. Anybody will tell you so them find themselves, them lost, because it's a constant journey of growth and evolution.
A word.
I would literally do a football talk show.
You
tomorrow.
would be good at it though. You
100%.
would be, because your takes are actually good. Now sometimes,
I think so. But
I mean, your team might be trash.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and Islandnet Services.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Now, CVM News has confirmed veteran broadcaster and entertainment journalist Winford Williams, the producer and host of On Stage, aired right here on CVM TV, is now recuperating in hospital after he was involved in a serious motor vehicle crash early Sunday morning in St. James. Now, it's understood the vehicle in which he was traveling collided with a tour bus, leaving Williams injured. It's understood other occupants of the vehicle did not sustain any major injuries. Now, he and his team were reportedly on their way from the famed Reggae Sumfest event when the incident occurred. In an official statement via the On-Stage Instagram page shared widely, Williams reassures supporters, while some of the images circulating may appear frightening or even gruesome, thankfully the actual injuries sustained were not life-threatening. By God's grace, the situation is not as severe as some posts have suggested, and we wish for him speedy recovery. Back to other news. Upon assessing the condition of the blocked gullies in his divisions, Mayor of Kingston Andrew Swaby declared this action currently requires for the Duhaney River, highlighted that it is necessary move, dredging that is, which can aid in the prevention of flooding in the community of New Haven. Let's hear more on what he has to say about dredging for that gully.
Well, there's a need for the Duhaney River to be dredged. Make it get deeper, and we need to be bush too. That's it, stagnant water, it backs up right into the community. KCC doesn't have the resources nor the equipment to do this. So normally this work is done by the NWA.
Seaforth High School in St. Thomas copped the recent EU-USF Short Video Competition trophy and a coveted trip to Brussels, Belgium, to further cement their understanding of how digital technology can shape the future stakeholders' world. And they agree more now than ever, Jamaicans are poised to be part of the rapidly evolving cyber landscape.
A similar sentiment was expressed by Education, Youth and Skills Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon recently as the nation pushes towards digitization and economic growth. Something Mr. Rodriguez-Ruiz says the EU has been investing heavily in, along with local partners, the Universal Service Fund, USF.
This collaboration serves as a powerful reminder that investing in young minds today promises a prosperous tomorrow. Let us also take a moment to acknowledge the creativity and effort poured into each video by every participant in this room. Even beyond awards and recognition, your involvement has disseminated seeds of potential and innovation that will undoubtedly flourish in the years to come.
And as the 6 schools shortlisted for the competition shared videos on how technology can revolutionize the Jamaican classroom and the society, more partners confessed greater hope for the future.
It shows us that investing in training, promoting digital inclusion, and working with our partners such as the USF, eLearning Jamaica Limited, the Ministry of Education, and of course the European Union has borne lots of fruit. It has demonstrated that as we equip our students with the tools to thrive in the digital world, our future is safe. To the students, let this be just the beginning. Continue to innovate, continue to question, continue to create.
We are investing in people. The Digital Jamaica initiative in strengthening our education ecosystem by embedding digital competencies into the curricula of all publicly funded teacher training institutions. This ensures that our educators are not only digitally literate themselves, but are also empowered to pass those skills on to future generations.
And it's a future where the winners, Seaford High from St. Thomas, will enjoy further edification around innovation, policies and partnerships in tech. USF CEO Charlton McFarlane reasons innovation resides in Jamaica.
At the Universal Service Fund, our mission is simple. We want every Jamaican to have access to the digital tools that unlock opportunities. Whether it is through public Wi-Fi, 400 and counting. Whether it's through community access points, 400 and counting. Whether it is through device distribution, many thousand and counting. We are building the bridges that connect people to possibilities.
St. Hilda's Diocesan High School secured the 3rd place trophy, while 2nd place went to Old Harbour High School.
Congratulations, guys. Let's now look at regional and international news. First up, news elsewhere in the region. In Trinidad and Tobago, jail is jail. Those were the words from Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara responding to an overnight legal challenge questioning the relocation of a detainee to a secure facility as TNT observed its first night under a declared state of emergency. Here's more from TTT News.
In the early hours of Saturday morning, legal representatives for a detainee filed an urgent habeas corpus application before the High Court. The detainee, who had been transferred from the maximum security prison in Naruka to another secure facility, was seeking to be returned to his original location. The court, however, dismissed the application in its entirety and ordered the applicant to pay legal costs, a ruling that the TNT Police Service said affirms the legality of the police's operational decisions during the state of emergency. In response to the court ruling, Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara stated that jail is jail. One secure facility is just as effective as another. He questioned the motives behind the legal action, suggesting there may be more to the request than meets the eye, quoted as saying, "Is there something or someone special at the other facility?"
In St. Lucia, tragedy struck the community of Black Malay as gunfire erupted at a street party, leaving 2 dead and several others wounded. Here's more from DBS TV News.
Multiple people were shot in Black Malay, Marcia, on Thursday night. According to eyewitnesses, a street party was taking place when a vehicle pulled up in the gap and gunshots were fired. 2 have been confirmed dead by family. 15-year-old Kevin Ismail of George Charles Boulevard and 52-year-old Sean O'Brien St. Bryce of Two Rouge.
I was home. When I came here, I ended up bringing one to the hospital. Yeah, he was his leg and all kind of stuff like that was break messed up.
Well, as well I heard the shot. I tell my boyfriend, but the shots that happened there is not a gunshot, it's like a machine gunshot.
The family of the 15-year-old says they are struggling to come to terms with the loss. Kevin's mother says that her son was studying at CARE with a dream to one day become a mechanic.
And on the international scene, a Ukrainian drone attack on Russia caused Moscow's major airports to be temporarily closed and saw at least 140 flights cancelled. Here's more from the BBC.
Most of the drones that came over into Ukraine from Russia were focused very much on the eastern side of Ukraine, near the front line. And in fact, an elderly woman was killed in Sumy, but there was also drones flying over Donetsk, Luhansk, which is where the front line is, mainly. And then also in Russia, as you heard there, Russia says it shot down more than 100 drones and a number of them over Moscow. They say that Moscow's airport was closed at one point. They had to reschedule flights because of drones in the air. Now, in Ukraine, there are no longer any commercial flights due to the dangers of missiles and also drones. But in Russia, they've still been running commercial flights for passengers. And Moscow has been fairly cushioned, really, from a lot of the war. I mean, they have had drones certainly above the city before, but Moscow residents wouldn't have seen them that often. So probably for them, it's still quite shocking every time they hear that drones have been shot down over Moscow. But certainly we haven't heard any reports from Russia of any casualties inside Russia last night from the drones.
We'll continue right after this.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Lyrically gifted and unapologetic about his craft, this artist beautifully fuses his influence from rap, hip-hop, reggae, and all things in between. This is Kabaka Pyramid.
My hip-hop name was Ronnie P. Clarks, you know. I don't know what the P
now stand for pyramid.
Yeah.
Hey!
When we discover auto-tune, my word, what a savior. Auto-tune make me turn an artist, you know. Anybody will tell you so them find themselves, them lost, because it's a constant journey of growth and evolution.
A word.
I would have literally do a football talk show.
You
tomorrow.
would be good at it though. You
100%.
would be. Because your takes are actually good. Now sometimes...
I think so. But
your team might be trash.
Odyssey with Yendi. Brought to you by Grace, Singer, and IslandNet Services.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
Every dream conquered is another dream game. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music you stop playing and the people that must say we are my show tonight. Oh, what a feeling. Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got the spark, don't be the dark. Shine your lights on.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.